We always feel that our weekends are too short. We need to go back to work without even rested properly.
It is so stressful because it feels like we are just robots. We work 5 days a week, but for the other 2 days off, we still think about work.
I'm the kind of employees who love public holidays a lot because I can just rest without taking MC or just my annual leave.
So we did a lot of research asking people on how or what they do to enjoy more on their off days.
And we are revealing the secret of extending your off days from 2 to 4 days without taking extra leave.
If you are new here, welcome to the Future Builders Podcast by Empowered Liion. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ballerina. We quit our corporate job and build a lifestyle business that gives us control over our time, income, and freedom.
Now we are sharing how you can do this as well.
Yay! So let's go with the ultimate secret of extending your off days from 2 to 4 days. The ultimate secret is not stacking everything which is unrelated to your work all together on the off days, because you still have your personal time after you come back from work, right? So you are not necessary to do those work which is unrelated to your career on your off days. For example, house cleaning, or you need to spend some time with your kids, or even yourself. You can do it after your working hours too.
I remember my off days, right, are often occupied with all those like house cleaning stuff and also family time. There's no time for myself, actually.
I got what you mean. So this is the tips. Actually, a lot of people actually recommend on Wednesday, right? It should be a mini off day because Wednesday is actually mid of the working week, right?
Mhm.
That means after Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, then 2 more days, you'll be having your off days already for those regular workers. But for those shift workers, might be a little bit different. But let's take majority as an example, which are those people who off on weekends. So Wednesday is the mid of the week. You need to chill more a little bit.
Chill more meaning to say if it is possible, then don't work overtime on that day.
And for many people, we love to delay things after we feel so tired from work. Once we reach home, we just want to relax, chill on the sofa. But this is so wrong because when you delay things, you are not actually relaxing. You are still thinking about the things you need to do next. So when you got home, quickly go shower and then have a dinner, and you can do whatever things you love.
So the goal is like just clear off the to-do list as soon as possible, right? I actually recall about this, even for WhatsApp messages. Let's say you read a message in the morning and then you know that you want to reply to the person, but you don't feel like replying to the person in the morning. Then you think, okay, I will just reply to the person tonight. But throughout the day, right, this might keeps popping up. I need to reply the person. Then each time this thought pops up, right, it actually consumes our energy just a little bit by bit. And towards the end of the day, right, you might have already thought of this, like replying WhatsApp for more than 10 times already. But you haven't done that, but it drains your energy, but nothing gets done.
So the key point is stop delaying things. Once you have something pop up in your mind, just quickly clear it, get it done. And then since it's a mini off day, we should all do something that give us some kind of excitement, do things that we love, we enjoy doing. For example, if you love cafe hopping, you can just invite your friends to go for a cafe or bar together with you. Or if you prefer to spend your own time alone, if you don't mind, you can watch movie at home.
So for Wednesday, right, just get all your stuff done as soon as possible. Then just leave the end of your day, maybe just like 3-4 hours with the activities that you love.
Yes. So Monday, Tuesday, you work super hard. Wednesday, after work, you can chill a little bit. Then Thursday, this is an important one because it's good for your household. You need to do spring cleaning. It's called spring cleaning day. So whenever off day, right, we'll be spending at least half a day doing those household chores. But on Thursday is the perfect day for you to do things because after work you can straight away do it. Then on your off days, you don't need to spend a lot of time on these kind of things.
Yeah, so when your room, when your house is clean, your living environment is clean, right, then you will generally feel happier. So you will enjoy more at your home.
Yep. So if you're a kind of people who don't like to do everything on your own, you love technology, so you should embrace it more. If you don't love to sweep the floor or clean it, you can just have a robot vacuum cleaner in your house. So you can just program it so that when you go out from this house, they will automatically clean your house. Then once you come back, then you can see the environment is so clean, then you feel so relaxed, so happy.
Meaning to say, if you value your time a lot, then you can use money to buy time.
Yep, because time is actually limited. Even you have a lot of money, you can't buy 1 hour, 2 hours. That means your day won't be extending from 24 hours to 25 hours and above. We all have only 24 hours. It's most important that how do you allocate your time?
Correct. So that is for Thursday. You work a little bit harder, but that comes to Friday.
Yeah, Friday is officially the last day of work. Thank God for Friday. And then it's a relaxing day. So at work, although you still have some kind of things that you need to complete it as soon as possible, but most importantly for you is to try to finish up things during your working time. Then after your working hours, then it's time for you to relax more because you need to prepare yourself to welcome the off days.
Yeah, so typically you have got this kind of feeling from Monday to Thursday, you feel like pretty sleepy, sloppy throughout the workday. But on Friday, in the afternoon, suddenly you thought that you are going to have off days for 2 days, then you feel excited about that. So when you have that kind of excitement, that kind of dopamine release, right, then you can actually utilize that to go and do some higher productivity activities.
Yep. So even if you have done everything for the week, you can still plan for the next week. You can do some mini planning on what you need to do on Monday so that you don't need to think about it during your off days. If you think that the task on Monday is too complicated for you to tackle it, you feel like, you don't have the motivation to do it. No worries. You can just maybe start a little bit. Maybe if you need to write a report, just start with 1 or 2 sentences, then you leave it there. Then Monday, your brain will automatically ask you to finish it out. So it's fine, no worries. You just need to get started at least.
On top of being productive on your to-do list or what you're going to do next week, you can also make it better for your physical health. So you can go exercise, play some sports since you feel excited about your day, right? About your mood. So just go and move around.
Yep. So the activities that you can do, for example, play badminton with your friends. You can ask your colleagues out to have a bonding session. So badminton is a good choice for you because it is not just for bonding session, but it can also make your physical health better. So you can avoid a lot of disease from exercising. If not, you can go out to buy groceries as well because if you're a person who will usually cook at home, right? So Saturday, Sunday, you usually spend your time at home. You definitely need to cook. So that's the time you can buy everything you need at Friday night. And then so that you don't need to go out on Saturday or Sunday for you to do those stuff. You can just relax at home.
After this kind of pretty high intensity activities on Friday night, you will be like really tired, but no worries because Saturday is the time where you don't need to set an alarm clock.
Yep, you can just wake up naturally. You don't need an alarm to wake you up. But the important tip is that you must wake up immediately after you feel a little bit conscious. Stop wasting your time on your bed because Saturday is a very important day. It's the first day of your off days. So you have to cherish every moment. You have to enjoy every moment. So stop scrolling your phone on the bed. You'll get nothing by the end of the day. So just immediately wake up, brush your teeth, maybe do some a little bit wash up, have your breakfast, and then you can do something that needed a lot of energy. For example, go with your friends or your family members.
How do you know if your mind is slightly conscious, right? Actually, for us, right, for human, our sleep cycle actually repeats every 90 minutes. Meaning to say every 1.5 hours, you will feel that you are waking up. So that's a time that you should just wake up instead of like sleeping all over again.
Nope. So we are not asking you to just wake up after 1.5 hour of sleep. It's impossible. So you can maybe wake up after, 6 hours or 7.5 hours or even 9 hours of a night's sleep. So it's the best timing for you to wake up so you won't feel very tired after you wake up. Because if you wake up in between of the cycle, you'll feel super, super tired no matter how long have you been sleeping. So this one will be cover more about it in the next episode. So today we'll be just focusing on the off day. So after you woke up, have your breakfast, do some wash up, and then you can just go with friends, go with your family, spend time with them. You can just go out for one whole day, no worries. You don't need to worry that you'll feel very tired the next day or whatever, because it's just the first day of your off day. You should just spend it outside. Or if you're a kind of person who don't like to go out, you feel like it takes a lot of your energy, maybe it's some time for you to step out of your comfort zone, maybe a little bit, go and meet at least one new friend, or even just to try to hang out with your old friends so that your bonding is still there. You still have a very strong bond together.
Or if you just don't feel like going out for that day, then you can use that time to learn some new skills. So maybe you can build some side income from there. So you can just make it an intensive day to make sure that your day is very fruitful, very productive.
Yep. So Saturday is a very tiring day, but you are still doing something that you enjoy, I would say. But Sunday, I would say it's a very chill day because you, of course, you still don't need to set an alarm for you to wake up. You can just wake up naturally. But as I said just now, try not to spend too much time on your bed, especially after you woke up. You must not scroll your phone on your bed. So you can try to do something else. You can try to do something that has a slower pace, that you won't need to feel so rushed. You can feel that your flow is there. Just follow your steps.
Yeah, so doing something more relaxed could be just watching Netflix at home. So the key thing about Sunday is that don't make a full schedule for the whole day. So just go with the flow, do whatever you want whenever you want.
Yep.
That is when you yourself is truly charged.
Yes. So you must do something which has a lower intensity. You don't do things like will make you feel very, very tired the next day. Maybe you can do something like, drawing, baking, cooking, or as simple as reading. Get a good book and then you can get a lot of value from it.
So Monday and Tuesday are the days that you work super hard, so to get your work done as much as possible. Then Wednesday is your mini off day, so you can do something that you like. Then Thursday is where you clean your house, it's the spring cleaning day. And then Friday is the relaxing day. You can do something that is higher energy. Then Saturday is a tourist day where you just go out for an entire day to do whatever things that makes you excited. Then on Sunday is a chill day. Just don't set any appointment on that day. So just go with the flow.
Here is how you can spend your 2 day off days like 4 days. So you don't need to take extra leave. You don't need to take MC annual leave after the Sunday. So you will feel super recharged already. You have a lot of motivation, energy to start your new working week. So your colleagues or yourself will be happy to see that because the productivity is going up. But here are some tips, important tips. Even you have done whatever we said earlier on, so you might miss out these tips, which is you must make sure your off days are continuous. That means if you have some appointment that you cannot avoid on your off days, maybe on Saturday or on Sunday, you must not do it in between of your off day. That means maybe Saturday night or Sunday morning, because if your rest day is disrupted, right, then you won't feel like you're resting. So how you can arrange it is maybe you want to arrange it on Saturday morning or Sunday night, so that you still have Saturday afternoon to Sunday evening is your off days. So you'll feel like you're actually resting.
Next up, make sure your mind is close to 100% resting during the work days. Meaning to say, don't think about work, don't think about next week, about the next meeting, whatever. But I do understand some of the works, right? The boss or the employees, the coworkers, they love to send WhatsApp messages or send emails during the weekends. So in this case, right, I know you cannot not to read them, but maybe you just set a time. Let's say just a Sunday evening, that only you read those messages, just reply to those messages. Then for the rest of the days, right, just make sure you are away from work.
Yep. And most importantly, do not stay up late, because a lot of people they try to revenge, during work days, they must sleep very early, maybe 9 or 10 p.m. But off days, they try to revenge it. So they want to sleep at maybe after 12 a.m. They want to sleep very, very late. But this is not good for yourself, because once you have adapt this habit of staying up late, right, then your mind is like very difficult for you to change back to your usual habit, which is to sleep earlier. So if possible, try to sleep early as you can, so that your plan on the next day will not be disrupted. So sleep early, wake up early, then you have the whole day for you to enjoy. We hope you actually feel better by modeling this way to have your off days. And I actually understand that some of you might feel a little bit guilty of taking off days or rest properly without even reading your emails or preparing for your tasks on the Monday. So I would say rest is the best method for you to recharge, to regain your energy, regain your motivation. And your employer should be grateful for that, because once you have a proper rest on your off days, right, then you have even more energy to contribute to your employers, to your organization. So if you have not even rested properly, then your motivation, your productivity on Monday will be ruined also. So don't ever feel guilty for taking off, or to rest properly is what you should do as an employee. Stay tuned. Bye.